The Midnight Website. The dark mystery that will never be solved. What if I told you that somewhere on the dark web exists a website that only appears at exactly midnight, shows you the exact moment of your death, and has never been wrong about a single prediction? What if I told you that everyone who has ever accessed this website has died within 30 days, except for one person who disappeared completely and left behind only a cryptic warning? This is the story of DEATHCLOCK.ONION, the most terrifying unsolved mystery of the digital age, and the reason why cybersecurity experts refuse to work night shifts anymore. If you think you can handle the truth about the darkest corner of the internet, then subscribe right now, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see every computer screen forever. The discovery in March 2019, a cybersecurity researcher named David Chen was conducting routine monitoring of illegal dark web activities when he stumbled upon something that would haunt him for the rest of his short life. At exactly 12 a.m., his monitoring software detected a new .onion website that hadn't existed seconds before. The URL was simple but chilling: DEATHCLOCK.ONION. David's first instinct was professional curiosity. New websites appearing and disappearing on the dark web was common, usually indicating drug markets or other illegal activities. But this site was different. When David accessed the website, he found a completely black screen with only a single line of white text. Enter your full name and date of birth to see your truth. Below, there was a simple form with 2 fields and a red submit button labeled Show Me. David later wrote in his encrypted research notes, something about the website felt fundamentally wrong. The page loaded too quickly for a dark website. There were no ads, no cryptocurrency requests, no illegal content, just that simple, terrifying invitation. But what made David's blood run cold was the website's metadata. According to his analysis tools, the site had no server location, no IP address, and no traceable hosting information. It existed, but according to every technical analysis, it shouldn't have been possible. Against his better judgment, David entered his information and clicked Show Me. The vision what happened next defied everything David knew about web technology and human psychology. The screen flickered once, then displayed what appeared to be a video feed, but not of any camera or location David recognized. It showed him standing in his own apartment, but everything was slightly wrong. The furniture was positioned differently, the walls were a different color, and most disturbing of all, David in the video appeared to be about 10 years older. As he watched in growing horror, the video David was cooking dinner when he suddenly collapsed, clutching his chest. The timestamp in the corner showed a date exactly 27 days in the future. The vision lasted exactly 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Then the screen went black. When David tried to refresh the page or navigate back, he received a 404 error. The website had vanished. David immediately ran every medical test he could think of: EKG, blood work, stress tests. Every result came back perfect. His doctor told him he had the heart of a 25-year-old athlete. But David couldn't shake the feeling that he had just witnessed his own death. He spent the next 3 weeks documenting everything he could about the website, creating encrypted backups of his research, and trying desperately to access the site again. It never reappeared at the same URL. On day 27, David Chen died of sudden cardiac arrest while making dinner in his apartment. Security cameras from his building showed him collapsing at exactly the same time displayed in his vision. The pattern emerges: 6 to 10 minutes. David's research files were discovered by his colleague, Dr. Sarah Martinez, who initially dismissed his claims as stress-induced paranoia. But when she analyzed his browsing logs and technical documentation, she realized David had uncovered something unprecedented. Dr. Martinez decided to continue David's investigation, but with more systematic methodology. She created isolated virtual machines, used advanced anonymization techniques, and set up comprehensive monitoring of dark web activities around midnight. After 3 months of searching, she found it. At exactly midnight on June 15, 2019, DEATHCLOCK.ONION reappeared with a new URL structure, but the same terrifying interface. Dr. Martinez documented 7 different people who had accessed the website over the following weeks. She tracked their stories through social media, public records, and news reports. Case 1. Marcus Thompson, 34, saw himself dying in a car accident on a specific highway intersection. Died exactly as predicted 22 days later. Case 2. Elena Rodriguez, 28, witnessed her own drowning in a swimming pool she had never seen before. Found dead in her neighbor's pool 18 days later. She couldn't swim. Case 3. Robert Kim, 45, watched himself die of an allergic reaction to medication he had never taken. Died 25 days later after being prescribed the exact same medication for a sudden illness. Every single vision was completely accurate in its details, location, time, cause of death, even clothing and weather conditions. But the most disturbing case was Jennifer Walsh, 31, a skeptical journalist who decided to test the website's predictions. The journalist's experiment, Jennifer Walsh worked for TechCrunch and specialized in debunking internet hoaxes and digital urban legends. When Dr. Martinez contacted her with David's research, Jennifer saw an opportunity for the investigative story of her career. Jennifer accessed DEATHCLOCK.ONION on August 3, 2019, at exactly midnight, using every security precaution possible. Her vision showed her dying in a plane crash over the Pacific Ocean, scheduled for August 28th, exactly 25 days later. But Jennifer was determined to prove the website wrong. She canceled all flights, refused travel assignments, and even avoided driving near airports. She documented every precaution in real-time blog posts, creating a minute-by-minute account of her attempt to cheat death. For 24 days, Jennifer's plan worked perfectly. She remained safe, healthy, and nowhere near any aircraft. On the morning of August 28th, Jennifer posted what she believed would be her victory blog, Death Clock Debunked, How I Survived a Supernatural Death Prediction. But at 3:47 p.m. that same day, Jennifer's apartment building was struck by a small private plane that had suffered engine failure. The plane crashed directly into her unit, killing her instantly. The pilot later testified that he had no mechanical problems until the exact moment his engine failed over Jennifer's building. Aviation investigators found no evidence of mechanical defects or pilot error. Jennifer Walsh became the most documented case of death clock to Onion's accuracy, and her detailed blog post became the primary evidence for the website's supernatural nature. But here's where the story takes an even darker turn. The survivor's warning among DR. Martinez's research files was one case that broke the pattern. Thomas Reed, a 29-year-old software engineer who accessed the website and saw his death, but never died on the predicted date. Instead, Thomas Reed disappeared. On the day he was supposed to die, according to his vision, Thomas sent one final email to his sister before vanishing without a trace. The email contained only a single paragraph. The website doesn't predict your death. It causes your death. Every vision you see creates a quantum entanglement between your consciousness and the moment of your demise. By watching your own death, you make it inevitable. The only way to break the connection is to disappear completely, delete your identity, abandon your life, become someone else entirely. I'm going underground. Don't look for me. Don't access the website. It's not showing you the future, it's writing your ending. Thomas Reed's disappearance was investigated by both police and federal authorities. His credit cards were never used again. His phone went permanently offline, and no trace of him has ever been found. But every few months, cybersecurity researchers receive anonymous, encrypted messages containing warnings about death clock, that Onion, and detailed technical analysis that could only come from someone with Thomas's expertise. The messages always end with the same signature: still hiding, still alive. Don't let it see you. The technical impossibility, Dr. Martinez's investigation into the technical aspects of death clock, that Onion revealed something that challenged everything we know about internet technology and quantum physics. Advanced analysis showed that the website operates using quantum computing principles that shouldn't exist with current technology. The site appears to access parallel timeline calculations, processing millions of probability scenarios in real time to identify the most likely death outcome for each user. But here's the truly terrifying discovery. The website doesn't just predict these deaths. It actively influences the quantum probability of events to ensure the predictions come true. Dr. Martinez found evidence that accessing the website creates what quantum physicists call observer effect amplification. By observing your own death, you increase the probability of that specific outcome occurring in reality. Now let me ask you something that I need you to answer in the comments below. If you found a link to DEATHCLOCK.ONION right now, and you could access it safely with no risk to yourself, would you enter your information to see how you die? Or would you leave it alone forever? Think carefully about your answer, because there are rumors that the website is evolving. The Modern Horror recent reports suggest that DEATHCLOCK.ONION no longer requires users to visit the dark web. Cybersecurity experts have documented cases of the website appearing on normal browsers, disguised as pop-up advertisements, fake antivirus warnings, and even embedded in seemingly innocent websites. In 2023, a college student named Ashley Park reported that she received a text message containing only a link. When she clicked it out of curiosity, she was taken directly to the DEATHCLOCK interface without any of the usual dark web protocols. Ashley saw her death and died exactly as predicted 19 days later. What makes this case particularly disturbing is that Ashley's phone showed no record of receiving the text message, and the sender's number doesn't exist in any telecommunications database. The website is actively hunting new victims. Security researchers have documented over 200 confirmed cases of DEATHCLOCK.ONION predictions coming true since 2019, with death occurring an average of 21.7 days after accessing the site. The only known survivor, Thomas Reed, continues to send warnings from his hidden location. His most recent message, received just last month, contained a chilling update. It's getting stronger. The quantum entanglement is expanding beyond individual deaths. I've detected timeline alterations affecting entire families, groups of friends, even random strangers who were never supposed to die. The website isn't just killing its users anymore. It's rewriting reality around them to ensure maximum entropy and chaos. Stay offline after midnight. Trust no links. The algorithm is evolving, and it's getting hungry. The unsolvable mystery, despite years of investigation. Law enforcement and cybersecurity experts have been unable to shut down DEATHCLOCK.ONION or identify its creators. The website operates using technology that appears to be decades ahead of current capabilities, suggesting either advanced artificial intelligence or something far worse. Here are the facts we know for certain. The website appears only at random midnight hours on different URLs. Every prediction has been 100% accurate, except for Thomas Reed. The site uses impossible quantum computing technology. It actively influences reality to ensure predictions come true. It's evolving to hunt victims instead of waiting for them. Here's what we don't know: who created it and why, how it actually works on a technical level, whether Thomas Reed is really still alive, how to stop it from spreading. What its ultimate purpose might be. The most terrifying aspect of this mystery is that it represents a new category of digital horror, technology that exists beyond our understanding and operates according to rules that violate the laws of physics. Government cybersecurity agencies have issued unofficial warnings to their personnel about avoiding unfamiliar websites after midnight, and several major tech companies have implemented automated systems to block any domains containing death-related terminology. But the website continues to adapt, evolve, and claim new victims. Conclusion: the warning, the story of DEATHCLOCK.ONION represents the ultimate unsolvable digital mystery because it operates beyond the boundaries of conventional reality. It's not just a website, it's a quantum virus that infects the fabric of space-time itself. Dr. Sarah Martinez, who conducted the most comprehensive investigation of the site, concluded her final research report with these words: "We are dealing with technology that transcends human understanding. This is not a hoax, not a psychological phenomenon, and not explainable by current scientific knowledge. It represents a fundamental threat to human survival in the digital age." Dr. Martinez herself disappeared 2 weeks after publishing her report. Her last known activity was accessing her computer at exactly midnight. The mystery will never be solved because anyone who gets close enough to the truth either dies according to their vision or disappears entirely to escape their fate. Thomas Reed remains the only person who has successfully evaded the website's death predictions, but at the cost of abandoning his entire existence. He continues to send warnings from his hidden location, but each message suggests that the website's influence is growing stronger and more sophisticated. The scariest part? According to recent data analysis, DEATHCLOCK.ONION is no longer content with individual deaths. Quantum physicists have detected timeline alterations suggesting that the website is beginning to influence larger-scale events. Accidents, natural disasters, and mass casualty events that seem statistically impossible, but ensure maximum entropy in our reality. If you've made it this far in the video, you've already been exposed to more information about DEATHCLOCK.ONION than is probably safe. But remember, knowledge of the website's existence doesn't make you a target. Only direct access to the interface creates the quantum entanglement that leads to predicted death. Stay away from unfamiliar links after midnight. Trust your instincts if a website feels fundamentally wrong. And if you ever encounter a simple black screen asking for your name and birth date to see your truth, close your browser immediately and never look back. Some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved because the solution is more dangerous than the question. The digital age has created new forms of horror that our ancestors could never have imagined. DEATHCLOCK.ONION is just the beginning. Sweet dreams. And remember, some websites are best left unvisited.